Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today we're actually going to be discussing a little bit more of a fun topic, Toon of the Week, which is the new update for Dandy's World for this week. And personally, I find it's okay. I have a feeling that this is going to be the way that they maintain their player base after Dandy's World leaves alpha. Because I have a feeling that they're going to do the mains first, then the rares, then uncommons, then commons. And I would not be surprised if after all of them are released, they just kind of shuffle through them randomly. If you've been online today, then you would notice that today's Toon of the Week is Sprout, and I'm pretty sure he will maintain being the Toon of the Week until next Friday. I personally think it'll be interesting to see who they pick next. I probably would say it's going to be either Shelly or V. I don't know why, I just have a feeling, like a dead feeling, that it's going to be either Shelly or V. And if I'm right about this, that'll be hilarious. I think that personally, Toon of the Week is going to be a good new feature for what it's worth. I have a feeling that that's going to be how they have their player base after they leave alpha, and who knows, I think it's gonna be mains first. I'm not 100% on that because Quell hasn't stated anything of who's coming next, and it'll probably be random, who knows, but I'd like to kind of stay on task today and just specifically talk about Dandy's World. And yeah, let's hope I can do it, because I don't really write scripts for my videos. It's more of a bullet point kind of thing where I'm like, I want to talk about this thing, and this thing. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Because most of the time I don't have enough time to actually write down a full script and do this. But back to the main topic. What does this mean for the future of Dandy's World? Well, I think after it leaves alpha, we'll probably be seeing about a Toon of a week, and that's about it. And you will be able to get the Toon of the Week and their mastery and everything, but then after that, it'll kind of go back to the same play style. I know that they're trying to implement new features that are going to keep the game feeling alive, like Toons having friends, like if Sprout and Cosmo are on the same floor, they will follow each other. But personally, I think that can only go so far in actually keeping the player base alive, or what it means for all of us as players going onward, if we're gonna get new merchandise or if we're just gonna have the same kind of stuff as always. I know they're thinking about adding a new Goob plush as seen at the Level Up Expo. I think it would be cool if we get more non-main, plushies and stuff. Personally, I would love to get a Finn and a Brightney plush, because those are, two of my favorite non-mains to play as. I also really like the Easter Toons. But I did order a Bassie plushie, and it's supposed to get here soon. So I'll probably make a short about that when I get the Bassie plush, but we'll see. So I think that it'll be interesting to kind of see how Quell makes the game work moving forward. If we're going to have the same amount of Twisted, same amount of everything kind of moving forward. And that kind of leads me to my next topic, Twisteds. Since there are going to be new ways of them functioning, I wouldn't be surprised if Squirm and Brightney have unique interactions. Or even, who knows, maybe Twisted Brusha and Twisted Tisha will avoid each other because they had that fight. I think that would be something that's really cool to see. I think that maybe, who knows, if Tisha and Shelly are on the same floor, both as Twisteds, they'll kind of flock around each other, similar to the way that Sprout and Cosmo do. It would be really cool to see how that works and see what she implements into the game. I think it would also be cool if Twisted Cole follows Twisted Bobette during Christmas, or Twisted Sylvester tries to protect Twisted Gordy, or something along those lines, it would be cool to see what kind of happens and the way she does that kind of stuff. I think we'll just have to stay tuned and see. if any at all. I have a feeling that she has all the toons in game that she wants, and it'll be kind of sad knowing that we'll probably not get any more. And keep in mind, all of this is speculation. I don't know what Quell is planning. I don't know what the developers are talking about. All I know is what she said in her video on, like, I think she posted it on Wednesday, something along those lines. It's kind of random, though, because I think that it will be weird, kind of me being a somewhat original player. Like, I joined in, I want to say, January of 2025, so it was, like, before the Circus Trio, before Yada, you know, that kind of thing, like right after the Christmas event. And I know a lot of people would say that, oh, you know, like you missed the Christmas event. You aren't a like original player. But I mean, with how much has been added to the game now, like I guess you could argue that I am, but it all depends on what side of the spectrum you are on, because I know a lot of people have, like, problems with newer players. I mean, heck, I was in this run that you're seeing on screen, and it was rough just, like, trying to play with these people. Like, the Coco was fine, but the Cosmo kept getting hit, and it was a real problem. And like, I know it's a Cosmo, you can't expect him to be a pro considering you only need 4 toons beforehand to own a Cosmo. And like, he wasn't really healing, which again, like, fine, you know, do whatever you want to do. But like, it was interesting in this run. I also have another point to make, and that is new maps. Are we going to be seeing any new maps from here on out? I'm pretty sure that Astro's map might get a revamp. I can't remember where I heard that. I would have to look for an actual source, but I'm pretty sure it was on a Reddit thread a while ago, so I don't think it's actually happening, because I'm pretty sure Astro's was actually the first one to get revamped / kind of added to the game. And it'll be weird kind of knowing that we're probably not going to get any more floors as well. I mean, especially when the game is out of alpha, I wouldn't be surprised if we just see merchandise drops and that's it. Like, and of course, Toon of the Week, but like, that's about it, you know? And then like, I actually took a moment to stop at this wall because I found it hilarious. If you look at one of the paintings, like, it has candles on it. And I have an OC that is a candle head. So who knows? Maybe Quell is gonna add my toon to the game, guys. Here we go. Like, she's gonna add my toon to the game. But all jokes aside, I'll probably post something about my Dandy's World OC eventually. It's just, I don't have the speed paints for him right now. Like, because I've got 3 different speed paints of him that need to be uploaded. And, you know, it's kind of hard to get them because they're on my other iPad. And I don't want to touch the thing because it is like broken to high heaven. But back to a bit of a more organized concept, like what you're seeing on screen right now is gameplay of me earlier today. And you can actually see where I start running because the Shrimpo starts chasing me. And it was funny because Coco actually brought that Shrimpo over to me. And then she sent that sticker of like, be careful, you know, ooh, he's coming. And then look, I stop and watch her because I'm like, yeah, we know you want me to be careful considering you're the one who baited him over here. I'm not being salty or anything. I just find it kind of funny when players do that, because be careful after ambushing someone with a twisted is the same thing as saying smart thinking after someone dies, just in a different context. It's so funny. But yeah, I think that this run went well. I'm kind of popcorning back and forth on subjects, and I apologize to that. I just think I'm trying to, like, make sure all of the subjects are Dandy's World. And who knows? I'm probably going to start using scripts if I can. But, like, right now, I just don't really have the time to write one, nor the time to pay attention to one and make several different audio cuts from one single script and have like 3 cuts for every line of dialogue, you know? Because I know a lot of YouTubers that have a more like focused approach kind of do that, but you know. Anyway, back to what you're seeing, like I'm kind of running around making sure people are doing their machines while also looking for machines. And I think what you're about to see right there is I turn my head and I actually see the machine over there in the corner. Yeah, there it is. And then I think I get ambushed by V and like, yep, right there. And then I run. And then I think I get to safety, and then somehow she finds me again. And it was so confusing why that happened, if it was because she was broken or something. And then I start doing the machine, and then I actually notice that she whips back around with Goob as well. I don't remember how I see it. Yeah, there it is. Because I see them, and then they move. Oh, it was so bad. And then the other Sprout, if I'm not mistaken, actually almost ambushed me again with him. You don't see it here, and I think it's because I cut the video, but it was so hilarious because the guy like ambushed me with him right before getting in the elevator, and I was sitting there and I was like, what is wrong with this dude? Like, it was so dumb. But I forgive them. Like, I get it. We're not all super professional. And, like, when I join a public run, I don't expect people to be professional. They're just fun little runs. And I make mistakes in them as well, even though I cut all of them out. No, I'm kidding. I made several mistakes on the machines if you actually slow down the footage. I think this was also the floor that the other Sprout died. And it was really weird, because he had died in a way that, like, you could tell it was on purpose. And I don't know if they had to go or if it was just like, hey, I'm leaving. I don't know for sure if this is the floor that they die. And, like, it's bizarre. I don't remember exactly, because, again, this is, like, 40 minutes of footage. I had to speed up into 19. And it was brutal actually playing this because, like, and editing. Oh my gosh. I had to, like, edit out a few things where, like, I was getting Discord, like, messages and stuff, which I love my online friends, but sometimes they talk a little bit too much. No offense to them. It's just, and I forget most of the time. It's on me because I forget that I can mute the chat, and mainly because I don't want to go into settings and actually have to do it. I wish that you could mute it in the app. Oh, wait, actually, I think you can. Okay, sorry about that. I just realized that. But, back to what you're seeing on screen. Just, like, the Coco is trying to get the Twisteds off me, and then I think at one point she circles back around, they start chasing them. I do the machine, and then I think oh no, the Sprout comes back around with him chasing him, and then he almost gets me. Yeah, because then he's behind me, and then I get ambushed by the Twisteds. Sorry, it's kind of coming back to me, but at the same time, it's, like, a little bit delayed as well. Like, kind of, I'm describing what you're seeing, kind of, type thing. But, like, I don't know. And then we're in the elevator, and then I just stand there for a second, hop out of the elevator. Poppy saw me at one point, but I think she lost view of where I went. And then, actually, you'll see Coco in a minute come around. Or no, is it Coco or Cosmo? One of them comes over, and Astro's chasing him. Okay, so it was Coco. And it's hilarious because they come over, and then I lose sight of where Astro is, and I think later in the footage, you'll actually see Astro start chasing me, and then I have to get him away from the elevator because they wouldn't. It was really kind of weird being in a public run, because I have mixed luck with public runs. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Sometimes they're, like, good, wholesome people, and then sometimes they're not, which I wish I would have got some of my, like, text log, like, some of my chat from when me and my friend were playing Dandy's World, because it was hilarious. But I don't know if YouTube would legally allow me to say what we said, because words were said, and we were laughing our heads off. But, like, it was some weird stuff, too. Like, the people in the lobby that were with us were joking about it, and they were like, ooh, the tea, girl. And then, like, at one point, I think there was a Coco, and there was a Poppy, and the Poppy said in a text bubble, whispers, things just got hot. And then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm on my call. Like, I'm on the call with my friend while this is happening, keep in mind, like... And we burst out laughing. It was so funny. And, oh, I think this is actually the floor where I find out Sprout is on the floor. Yeah, because he goes there. And that is the only time in the video I actually see Sprout. And then I think on one floor we also see Shelly, but I'm not entirely sure. And then I actually think that... What floor is it? I think it's the next floor that Cosmo actually dies, and then me and Coco do a floor by ourselves. Because he literally would not do anything. Like, he kept running around, as you're seeing, which, like, fine, looking for machines, I get it. But, like, at one point, I'm pretty sure he just goes to the elevator and then does not come back, and it is absolutely hilarious. And me and the Coco are like, we're doing our parts, what are you doing? You know? Because, like, he goes over there, he stays there for a second, and then I think I shift my screen again, and he's over by the elevator. Okay, well, he's still there. Oh, see? He swaps to the elevator, and I'm like, dude, like, why are you just sitting at the elevator? Oh, wait, I was on the last machine. I didn't even realize that. But, you know, my bad. But this was an interesting run, because we started with 8 people in the beginning, and then, like, by floor 5, all of them had died, and, like, it was me, the Sprout, the Cosmo, and the Coco, and we were just trying to survive at this point. And I think the next floor is a blackout. Or no, is it? It isn't. I don't think it is. No. But we do get Gigi. I remember us getting Gigi. Yeah, and then, like, I think this is when the Cosmo actually dies. Because me and the Coco are, like, just running around the map, doing our part, you know, like, actually working towards something. And then... like, the Cosmo just drops off the face of the earth at one point. And I don't think that he actually died. I think he left. And it was really stupid, because then I had to finish his machine plus another one. But there's only so much you can do. And, like, I don't know. Again, it's a public run. I understand. People are gonna be, like, not able to always commit to a public run, especially when they're longer. Like, I remember trying to get a floor 100 plus run on Discord, and me and some of, like, the other players were talking while playing, and some of them actually told us to mute our mics, which was hilarious. And they said, they were like, you need to mute your mic, you can't be talking when we're talking because we're the distractors. And I think we ended up making it to about floor 40-ish, I think, and then, like, they both died. To be fair, we had Twisted Pebble, Twisted Sprout, and I think Twisted Astro. I wish I would have recorded it, but I don't have the footage for that. And most of the footage that I'm gonna have is probably made the day that it is posted, like this, because this footage is from like 3 or 4 hours before it's posted. It'll be interesting to see like how many videos I pump out a week. It'll probably be around 4 and then like 3 shorts a week or something like that. I'd like to be consistent if I can come up with content. I might make some Bloxburg content, but honestly, I haven't played Bloxburg in forever. But I don't know. You guys really make the rules, not me. Or well, I guess I create the content, but you guys tell me what you want to see. Like, if you want to see more of my art, then I'll post more of my art. And like, it's just, I do that more for fun, and then I post the speed paints and the backgrounds and stuff. I'd like to make more content with my art, but just let me know. Alright, wrapping it up here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Like and subscribe, or don't. It's completely up to you. Alright, and I'll see you. Goodbye.